I will look for you. I will find you. And I will make sure that you better watch this top 5 list that nobody has never done before. So you better watch this list right now. Well, anyway, hi, ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka BoopUp1987. This is my review for a day. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well, my friends, it's that time again for another top 5 list that nobody has never done before. And this top 5 list is going to be one of the most special lists I really want to do for today, even if it's dark outside. Yeah, it's still pretty dark, and I haven't made my breakfast yet, or I haven't given my cats their breakfast yet. Well, if you guys get the picture. But anyway, I better hurry up and do this list so I can do my chores and all that stuff. So anyway, for my brand new top 5 list that nobody has never done before, I'm gonna go ahead and tell all of you my top 5 most important reasons why that I love Taken 2 way more than Taken 3. And yes, I do have both of these movies right here in the palm of my hand. I will say that Taken 2 is a way better of a good movie than Taken 3 is, because I think there's something special about Taken 2 that I truly loved. And there's a whole lot of positive things I really do love about this film. After all, it came 5 years ago, and I think it's time for me to celebrate its anniversary of the day when it came out in theaters. And I did see this movie on a Sunday. And boy, that movie really did blow me away from start to finish. And I decided to rewatch this movie yesterday afternoon when I finished at work. And I will say it's still a good, memorable movie even to this day. I haven't rewatched Taken 3, but we already know this movie has some flaws, but I wish there's some way that this movie should have been fixed and give us a much better plot for the Taken 3 story without when Bryan Mills got framed by a crime that he did not commit, and only one important character that we wished who didn't die in the film, if you know what I mean. So anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the day when this movie came out, I will tell you about my top 5 most important reasons why that I love Taken 2 way more than Taken 3. And yeah, this movie right here is way more superior than this one. I'm sorry about the shade of light thing. But anyway, let's head on to my list. And before I can tell you about my top 5 most important reasons why I love Taken 2 way more than Taken 3, I got a couple of honorable mentions that'll be not there for the list. I got the car chase scene, Bryan Mills' most cutest weapon ever, a cell phone, the saddest moment between Bryan and his daughter Kim, the opening credits for the film, the score, and most of all, no Stewart in the movie. Yeah, I'm happy that Stewart was not in Taken 2. So hooray for that. So anyway, here are my top 5 most important choices about the reason why that I love Taken 2 way better than Taken 3. So here we go. Coming at number 5 has to go to the dialogue. I freaking love the dialogue for this film. I will say the dialogue for Taken 2 is way more superior than Taken 3's dialogue, because I think the dialogue is very interesting. It has a lot of good memorable lines, and it has some very good memorable moments here and there for each scene in the movie. And I will say, I will cut this short about this number 5 spot. Is there's nothing else to say about dialogues. They're just pretty cool to the film, you know, get to know what everybody is saying, or or what will be the rightful thing or the wrong thing to say and all that stuff. So yeah, the dialogue is going to be really hard for the number 5 spot. But I'll go ahead and tell you about my most favorite dialogues that came from Bryan Mills. And since Bryan Mills' dialogues are truly the best parts I love about Taken 2. And there's a couple of them I can remember in my head. Like, they have her, and they will use her until they get what they want. Me. I killed your son because he kidnapped my daughter. You have other sons. If I killed you, they'll come and seek revenge, and I will kill them too. Because I'm tired of it all. Yeah, I'll never forget all those cool, memorable dialogues that Bryan Mills said to the film. And that's why the dialogues has to go to the number 5 spot. Coming at number 4 has to go to Kim's development as a character. And I really love the part where Kim Mills is finally going to get a nice big giant screen time for the sequel. And since we only know her just a little bit from the first film, you know, she's happy, she's lucky, and her heart is pure, and she really loves her father very much. And not until her innocence was lost when she got kidnapped by those evil Propoya dudes and used her as a sex slave. Well, we knew her from that time from Taken 1, but in Taken 2, I'm really happy that these people finally fleshed her out and make her well developed. I mean, she matured a lot in this movie. I mean, she started to become a young woman. She wants to take her job very seriously on this very important mission that she wants to save her family as soon as she can away from those evil Propoya dudes. And I really love the part where Bryan and Kim had so much great character development and chemistry, you know, to have a good father and daughter relationship. And I will say my most favorite moment from Kim is when her father is going to teach her to become a spy just like her daddy. I'll never forget the part where she has to use those grenades and start throwing it somewhere and it became a big giant boom. That was pretty darn awesome. I really love that. So yeah, I have nothing else to say about that one. So the development for Kim as a character, it deserves to be at number 4. And coming at number 3, well, since if you guys remember all the videos I told you about, one of my most favorite near endings of all time in Taken history, I will say it again. For number 3 goes to the near ending. Don't get me wrong, I love all 3 of the great near endings that came from in the Taken saga. Yeah, there was the near ending where Bryan Mills has to fight those evil Propoya dudes in the boat. That was pretty darn awesome. And the part where in Taken 3 where Bryan Mills has to save Kim away from that evil madman Stuart St. John. But I wish there was a little bit more parts that should have been in Taken 3. But anyway, for Taken 2 has the best near ending ever. I mean, this near ending really did blew me away from start to finish. I really love everything that happened in that scene, with the dialogues, and the part where Bryan Mills and the Propoya dude had to talk together for the very last time as men. I love the camera angles that happen in that scene. But to tell you the truth is, my most favorite part about the near ending that I love the most is truly the score. It was the score that truly blew me away. And I will say for this score, it's pretty darn emotional, it's pretty darn sad. I like the seriousness to it. And yeah, that near ending, it's really hard for me to say about that one.
but that near ending will always have a special place in my heart. Just one of the best near endings I will never forget in movie history. So yeah, the near ending, it deserves to be at number 3. And coming at number 2 has to go to the ending of Taken 2. I freaking love this ending. And this is the only Taken movie that I can trust that had a really good positive note, where Bryan Mills had finally spent time with his family at long last. Hallelujah to that. I will never forget so many parts that happened in the end of the movie. Like him finally passed her test, becoming a driver. And I love the part where Brian, Lenny are finally going to have some milkshakes together to celebrate. And also Jamie decided to come along and start enjoying the party. It was really touching, very heartwarming. And also, this is one of the most greatest endings I will never forget in movie history. So, the ending, it deserves to be at number 2. And finally, the number 1 most important reason why that I love Taken 2 the most, that is way better than Taken 3, is the most important thing of all. I just wish Taken 3 should have been fixed right now and find a way to give us a better plot and much better character development for these 2 most important characters who needs to work things out on their relationship. And I really want to blame Luc Besson and Mark Robert Guy for messing up Taken 3 and messing up the most important character development and chemistry that I ever seen in Taken history, and they truly ruined it, if you know what I mean. So anyway, for my number 1 most important reason why I love Taken 2 way better than Taken 3 is truly the character development and chemistry that came from Bryan Mills and his true love, Letty Mills. This is the most important reason why I love Taken 2 way more than Taken 3. Because I really love the character development and chemistry for what Bryan and Lenny have for this very underrated sequel. I love the part when they work things out on their relationship and they're going to try really, really hard of finding a way to get back together again as a whole. I mean, I will never forget this movie, and I will never forget so many great moments that came from these 2 underrated love couples. Oh, and there's so many scenes to be found in this film. I will go on to the 2 most favorite moments that I truly loved in Taken 2. One moment where Lenny Mills is going to kiss Bryan Mills on the lips. And I'll never forget that moment when I saw that for the very first time in theaters. I was so darn surprised. Lenny Mills had finally kissed Bryan Mills at long last. And she will know that Bryan Mills is a 10-time better man than that awful, ugly rich man Stewart. Yep, that really made me happy. That gave me my day. And also, for my second favorite memorable scene I love about Bryan and Lenny's relationship is when they finally reunite at long last. The trouble's finally over. She's finally safe and sound. And I'll never forget when she was crying and she started hugging Bryan Mills. And they were about to have another romantic moment in that scene, and then they cut that scene off. I was waiting for if they'll ever have another kiss scene again. I wish they had another kiss scene for that film. And we'll find out the reason why they deserve to be together again as a whole. And maybe that way Taken 3 would have done better and give us a better plot about them, having a much better development and much better chemistry. If Luc Besson, that Mark Robert guy, should have found a way to make that important thing fixed, if you know what I mean. So yeah, the character development and chemistry for Brian Lenny deserves to be my most important number one spot of the reason why I love Taken 2 way more than Taken 3. And that is my whole entire list of my top 5 most important reasons why I love Taken 2 way more than Taken 3. I hope you enjoyed this list, and tell me, ladies and dudes, for all you Taken fans out there, what is your most favorite moment that you love from Taken 2 that is way better than Taken 3? Well, whichever it is, leave a comment there, let me know. And I promise to all of you, I will do my top 5 most funniest, oh heck no moments that came from Disney. I will do that around in October. So be prepared for that one to come, and I'll see you all later. Sayonara.